Hi, thanks for watching. Although there are many different ways to generate new customer leads for your business, consumer habits have shifted over the last couple of years, and I wanted to show you how you can leverage local internet search volume to bring new leads into your website for free. Well, at whatever it costs to keep your site live. And all these leads will be coming exclusively to you, unlike using third-party sites like Angie's and HomeAdvisor. And so you can see that there is value in it, I'm going to show you the amount of traffic and leads coming to your top competitors in your area so you'll know what you can expect. So for comparison, I've taken your website here as well as the top website listing for kitchen remodeling in Connecticut, and I plug them both into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google uses to determine your position in search results. So you can see just quickly from some of these numbers why this company and this site is outranking yours. But let me briefly go over what these numbers mean. So as we go through your site, you can see what changes need to be made and how they'll affect its rank. Now, when Google is determining how to rank a website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site, which is basically a popularity contest. This authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link called a backlink. This acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you an example, if say the local news station did an article on their website for the top 10 best kitchen remodeling companies in Connecticut, and in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now these backlinks come in a lot of different forms: blogs, editorials, guest posts, press releases. One very strong and important type, one that's also free, is called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appears in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. As I said, they're usually always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So as you can see with your competitor here, based on the number of websites and the number of links that they've created, Google has a lot more trust and a lot more authority in this website, thus why it's ranking higher. But it's just something to note here is it's not just a matter of the sheer quantity of these links, it also has to do a lot with the quality. So we need to make sure that we're finding linking partners that are relative to your service industry as well as local. We don't want to get anything that's out of the United States or out of your area because it'll be considered spam. And then we want to make sure that they're trustworthy to begin with because you can't transfer any of that trust from a website that doesn't have any to begin with. Now, the second factor for ranking the site is the content on your page. So if we just take a quick look in here at your keywords, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that Google is finding on your page. Then it also shows me the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where we do some research in the market to make sure that we're finding all the highest volume keywords relative to the services that you offer in the areas you want to be found in, and making sure that those are being found on the page. So for instance, I typed in kitchen remodeling, Connecticut. That's being searched 500 times a month. Google Analytics estimates that when your page is ranked, of that total search volume, 10% should be converted into a lead. So now you're looking at a possibility of 50 new leads coming in per month. Now, depending on the conversion rate as well as the profit margin per job varies, but you can just see how the sheer volume of leads coming in can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And that's just for one keyword phrase. So then we repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords, making sure that those are included on your site and you're getting the traffic from those as well. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords on your site. So if we take a look at your site here, as far as the layout, everything is great. We've got all the information that people can possibly want right up here in this drop down. This reminds me a lot of a Haibu site. I've seen something like this. It's a relatively formatted template that they use if this is an old Hebrew site. But what Google does is it just comes in and it's going to first count all the words and text on the page. Doesn't care about the layout, doesn't care about the design. It's just going to count all these words. And the reason being because it assumes that the more words you have on the page, the more information you're offering, and therefore the more likely you are of an expert in that field. Now, usually we recommend a minimum of about 1,000 to 1,500 words on the home page because while it's counting all these words, it's also searching for the keywords. So any types of services that you're going to offer and then the areas that you're going to offer them in. However, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you can only have one of those keywords for every 100 to 150 words of text on the page. So the more words and services you want to be found for or locations means that the more information that will have to be added to the page, because now Google is actually reading the content that's on your page and making sure that the information that you give is actually relative to the keyword phrase. So if we take a quick look here at the competitor, kitchen remodeling in Connecticut, that's an exact match keyword phrase, and then they're going to have words talking about that. Then the same thing down here, they have kitchen remodeling in Connecticut again, and then they have words and phrases and content that's talking about kitchen remodeling. This is how what we call qualify the keyword, so that way Google can find it and then associate your page with this keyword. So as far as getting your page ranked in those search results, we would want to add some more content on here so that way we can add some of those high volume keywords, so that way you can actually be picked up and found in those searches. Because right now you're in position 65, so you're on the 7th page of Google search for this keyword. If you were on the first page, you'd be getting that 50 leads, 500 people will be seeing it and potential of 50 new leads coming in per month. Now, as far as the search goes, if we're getting internet search traffic, the first thing that's always going to come up is what we call the Google Map Pack. Now, this does have something to do with the proximity of where your company is based on where they're searching from. However, to be listed in here is completely free. This is your Google business profile. As long as you have one and you can optimize it to try to increase your ranking in this listing, making sure you have all the fields filled out, all the information. We want to try to get as many reviews as possible. Then what we do is we recommend posting to this profile on a regular basis, because Google rewards activity. So as you're posting updates and pictures, the biggest thing with pictures is we want to make sure we geolocate them, meaning we add a location tag to the picture and it's basically embed it in its description. That way Google can understand where the picture is taken and it can get a better idea of your service area, which is more likely to rank you in services outside of your immediate area. Then underneath that, this is the organic search results. Now, this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list that you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites is going to help you climb and outright the competition, so that way you can get the search volume and then you can get all those leads coming in. So I hope this information was helpful and allows you to show you how to scale some of your online presence. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like me to go into any further details. We could talk about some of the goals for the business, and then I can do some research to find out what it would take for you to reach those. And I always just appreciate getting some feedback as well, just to find out if information like this was useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.